Okay, so I've been staying up. What time is it? 1:32. So I've been staying up because I'm keeping a pulse this time on the votes, and Trump, by all accounts, won. Fox News announced it. Other news programs have already announced it. And then some of these Trumper channels have announced it, and so that's it. That's what happened, and I know they're gonna it's gonna continue with this. Well, it didn't never matters anyways because blah blah blah. And so whatever, I know that's gonna be the ongoing thing, and that's okay. I mean, whatever. So, what I wanted to talk about in this video is there's a lot of people that aren't aware of things that are going on that are directly involved politics in people's personal lives. Like I can only speak to my experience, but I'm going to tell you, just in about the last 5 months or so, or 6 months, these people on BitChute, dude, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers have been coming after me hard since 2022. In 2022, I started posting videos of busloads of non-English speaking Hispanics that were coming in these huge buses every morning for 5 weeks straight, and then they came after me for that, man. They came after me, and that's what my whole storyboard has to do with that. That's a whole other element to the storyboard. That's what triggered this whole fucking thing. Because I had been doing, that's a whole other part of the storyboard. It's just a massive. So yeah, you start putting up boots on the ground videos of bus loads, like massive tour bus loads of illegals coming in to an area, and you're putting it on your channel. They're going to come after you. They're going to burn your shit down. They're going to it's a coordinated attack on you. And so anyways, I shut my channel down because of that. Because I couldn't do my channel anymore. And mainly is because the event completely hijacked my channel to where I couldn't even do my channel anymore, because all that I could think or talk about was what was happening to me. And so like my whole channel just completely shifted focus. I had a long-standing, like 3-year channel with hundreds of subscribers that subscribed to me because of what my channel was about. And as soon as that event happened, like, it completely shifted the entire focus of my channel to that event, and that was it. And so I wasn't the channel wasn't the same channel anymore. And it just caused a lot of problems with the channel, because my whole focus was on this event. And, so I just shut it down. And then I started up another channel, maybe like 6-8 months later, I think. I'm guessing. I can't remember exactly. But, and then I just started up doing the same thing, only under a different name, because I was trying to keep a lower profile because of what happened. and I didn't want to draw any attention of any of these people that are involved in all this. But at the same time, I wasn't gonna not be myself. I was just gonna continue being myself and whatever. And but it took people kind of a long time to find me. You know, like my old subscribers found me. A lot of my old subscribers from my previous channel found me and subscribed, and then it started picking up again and everything. But then it started drawing strange people to my channel that I'd never seen before, that at the time, I mean, even though they seemed suspicious to me, I didn't really think anything of it. In hindsight, you know, I would have been better to have, you know, been a lot more careful. And anyways, so then these suspicious people, and a lot of them ran channels that were around the same size as mine, and these channels started coordinating and to conspire against me, like totally. I've talked with Gypsy Fox about it, but anyway, and so then a whole mess of a whole new can of worms, like the exact same thing started happening again. What happened to me in 2022. But this time I could see it happening again. But it was because I was talking about all the same shit I've been talking about, and even now. And Trump is a big part of it, because I've always been open about my opinions on modern day politics, and that, you know, I'm against the liberal. As far as the ideology, the liberal ideology is worse than the conservative ideology. It just is, and I've always been open about that, and always, you know, just like spoke out about it and was very clear and stuff. And so these other channels that were pretending to be friendlies and shit, coordinated and conspired and tried to drag me into a similar type of situation. And then I started receiving direct death threats from them, because they had one of them had my phone number, threats and shit, and it just went from 0 to 100 like overnight practically. And but the thing is so then I shut that channel down, right? But I continued to use BitChute, and then I started commenting in the comment sections, because I wasn't going to let that shut me up. And so I started commenting in the comment sections, but under you know, a lot more anonymous, you know. But I'm sure them people have figured out who I am. I don't know that they've figured out about this channel, but they may have by now. I don't know. But highly suspicious stuff, to say the least. And that's why I'm doing this channel now, because I don't want anything to do with any of that drama. And they're all like the same. It's the Jays. It's two wings of the same bird, you know. Like, they would post like pictures of Trump being killed and stuff, but they weren't liberals. You know, they weren't liberals. They claimed to be, you know, like patriots, I guess. I mean, who knows where they stand? You can't even tell, like, where do they stand? They hate Trump, and they constantly going on, it's two wings of the same bird. And a lot of them are on and on about it's the Jays, constantly it's the Jays. And they really use the vax thing to push it, to push the it's the Jays and the, you know, anti-Trump stuff. And then so I've continued to observe BitChute even after I shut my channel down, and I saw all that just just grow and grow and snowball. All this, it's the Jays, fuck Trump, vax daddy Trump, all this stuff from these people that are claiming they're not liberals, and it's a total liberal movement. It's like Antifa. It's like Antifa pretending to be, to be a bit shooter, And that stuff has totally snowballed completely out of control. Everybody, I mean, dude, I was in the comments because I'm one of the only people that's speaking out against it in the comment sections, because it's mostly the comment sections, because when they did this coordinated effort to cull all the channels like mine out, and I watched all the good ones leave. They're like, fuck this, because there's all this drama and it's all coordinated. People try to act like, oh, that was just, I know what's going on with that. It wasn't coordinated. Like, dude, you don't even have any clue how deep this shit goes. So this massive coordinated effort by these fake people with running these channels, and they culled so that's all that's left is them, and they're just have kind of these echo chamber followings, like all their subscribers, they just parrot. They're just like, it's the Jays, it's the Jays. They all say the same thing. It's just really fake, astroturfed. And these channels, they're working and hand in hand, and so they got rid of all the small channels like mine. So now all that's left to watch on BitChute is just what's in popular and trending. That's it. Because all the good small channels, they're all gone. And all by design. This is all by design. And then the comment sections have been so terrible, where all it is it's the Jays and vax daddy Trump, it's the Jays. Like, it's just flooded with that. Nothing, like 80% of all comments, and the percentage of it's the Jays channels in popular and trending are just growing and growing every day. Like, it's like insane. You'll see like almost 40% of popular is it's the Jays and vax daddy Trump, and then like for would be like 25% of trending is it's the Jays and stuff. And so it's obviously completely astroturf fake. It's totally fake. And all this is all one big massive coordinated effort that's been going on BitChute for a while. And I was the only one that would go in the comments and push back against all these guys. But they'd all dogpile me, and then nobody else would say anything. They just let them do that, and they don't even care, right? So I just started muting all of them, and I was like, fucking dude, I just any libtards, I just mute them. Anybody that's saying it's the Jays, muted. Anybody that's saying vax daddy Trump, just muted, fucking muted. I mean, I'm all open for a meaningful discussion about it, but they don't want to discuss it. They're just claiming they know for absolute 100% fact, which is what all these it's the Jays people do. They don't want to discuss like if I have questions, or if I'm like, what, some of this doesn't make any sense, they just flip the fuck out, and they're just smear diarrhea all over the place. They just cry babies. They just cry like crybabies. If you find inconsistencies in what they're saying when they're going on about it's the Jays, they just smear diarrhea all over everywhere and cry like babies. They're just fucking totally insane, right? So I just started muting them because nobody else was pushing back in the comment section anyways. I was the only one. And then they're just smearing diarrhea all over the comment section so that nobody can have a meaningful discussion about anything without them injecting all their diarrhea all over the place, and to subvert meaningful discussion on anything, And so, so it totally destroyed free speech. That's what it's all about. It's all about destroying free speech. Communism and fascism are identical. And so when you got people saying it's the Jays, that's fascism. And then those same people are going on about vax daddy Trump. So then they support Kamala, which is communism light. But communism and fascism are exactly the same thing. It's provable. It's easily provable. I could show you Karl Marx quotes where I've posted Karl Marx quotes into these so-called fascist echo chambers, and everybody loved them. I would put a Karl Marx. I didn't say it was Karl Marx, but I would put the quote, and because it matches fascism perfectly. Like Karl Marx, communists, like, you know, all that shit. It's like identical to fascism. So I would take a Karl Marx quote and put it in there without saying it was Karl Marx, and all those so-called fascists that are self-proclaimed fascists, they'd love it. And then I'd go back in the comment section. I'd tell them, dude, that's a Karl Marx quote, you dumb fucks. And then they'd get all pissed off and stuff. But communism and fascism is the exact same thing. And so it's identical, right? And so these guys going on and on about it's the Jays, they're just communists. They're just communist, fascist communists. That's it. And all these people that are going on about it's two wings of the same bird, it's just communist fascism, dude. Trust me. I've seen the two wings of the same bird. They did it during Occupy. They did it the same thing. It's like a old playbook. That's an old trick that the liberals use. Every time that they're not getting their way politically, they start pumping that is propaganda. Two wings of the same bird, no matter who you vote for, you lose. That's all political propaganda. And so many people don't see that as political propaganda because it looks like it's anti-political, where it's like, no matter who you vote for, you lose. Well, that must not be political, right? That is straight out of like the NPC liberal handbook. And they use it whenever they're in trouble. So if their candidate is in trouble and it looks like their candidate is going to lose, then they start spewing that shit like all over the place, because what it does is it discourages people from voting. And the less people vote, the more it increases the chances of the person that's going to lose. And so if the liberals see that their candidate is going to lose, they'll start force injecting that propaganda, that two wings of the same bird, no matter who you vote for, you lose propaganda. They start injecting it everywhere out of desperation, because when voters start believing that, well, then they're less likely to vote. And if they don't vote, by not voting increases the chances of the candidate likely to lose. This is all based in math. This is not theory. This is like math. This can all be proven. This is all provable, what I'm saying. So anyways, nobody else pushed back against these. No matter who you vote for, you lose. No matter who you vote for, the J wins. Blah blah blah. Like it's totally obvious AstroTurf propaganda, and nobody else would push back against it except for me. So then I just was like, fuck it. I'm not going to be the only one in here. Like these guys don't want to do nothing. Fuck it. I'm going to start muting these guys. Then all these guys that are saying this, I'm just going to start muting them, because nobody else is going to push back against them, and I'm tired of doing it by myself, so I just started muting all of them. Mute. Dude, who knows? I probably have over 200 people muted or more. And they all have sock puppet accounts too. So there's all this fakery going on. They rigged the BitChute votes and stuff on comments and video. Well, not so much videos. See, that's what's interesting. They can't ratio, these guys that are coordinating all this shit, no matter what they do, no matter how many sock puppets they have and all this other stuff, they can't ratio the videos. Like if it's in popular and trending, they can't ratio it. But they can ratio the comments. They can ratio the comments easy because they have all these sock puppet accounts. But that's one way where you can tell that this is a complete inconsistency. How is this video getting all these upvotes, but then all these people that are against what the video says are flooding the comment section and ratioing all the comments? Meanwhile, the video itself is like got all these thumbs up. They can't. And see, when they culled all these small channels, it drove everybody, especially content creators like me. There ain't nothing else to watch, because we were all supporting these smaller channels. We were all kind of against the popular and trending, because we were all trying to get smaller channels. We wanted to hear each other, and so we weren't really paying attention to the popular and trending channels because we all wanted to hear each other, and we all had like 300 subscribers, 500 subscribers, just like all these small channels. Well, with the culling, and it was an unseen war. Like, it was unseen by your average BitChute consumer isn't really paying attention to all this. Your average BitChute consumer just goes there and just does whatever. But content creators that have like 300, 500, 600, 700 subscribers, etc., you could see all of this. We could all see all of it. And everybody started leaving because of the coordinated attack on all the small channels. And so after they all left, all that's left to watch now for people like me and other people like me who are doing channels like mine, that we all shut ours down because we're like, fuck this, we don't even want to deal with the drama. Well, all that's left is to watch the popular and trendy, because there ain't nothing else on there. And this is all by design. And yes, my channel got, like, there's a total unseen war going on BitChute. There has been. So anyways, only until just like in the last 24 hours, because I'm keeping a real close pulse on BitChute, because I'm monitoring what's going on with the Trump elections, Trump-Kamala election, and what people are saying and stuff. And I mute these motherfuckers. It don't matter how many I mute. They're like cockroaches. They'll be like fucking, they just keep flooding in, and they always say the exact identical same thing, like a broken record. It's like, it's total bot farmville. And so no matter how many I mute, I'll go into a comment section and there's other ones saying exactly the same thing. And so then I mute them, and then here comes a ton more. Like, really, I don't know how many hundreds I have muted. That's how bad it is. And I've never seen this. I've been on BitChute 3 years. I never seen this phenomenon ever until just recently, right as we're nearing election season. Now all of a sudden this is all, I mean, this is all obvious, totally obvious fake. It's so fake. It's so fake. So now I'm seeing in the last 24 hours, especially in the last 2 hours, now people are pushing back. Now they're going in and saying, dude, I can totally see what you're up to. You're just a fucking libtard. You know, you're just pushing you're proclaiming that you're not political and that, you know, it's two wings of the same bird, but you're just working for the communist regime. It's like totally obvious. And I've been saying that for months, and I'm the only one saying it, you know. I have, but I keep pushing it. I don't care. I keep trying to expose it. But anyways, yeah, no, there's a whole unseen war going on BitChute. And like your average just BitChute consumer isn't paying attention to this. It's like content creators that are creating content are the ones that are seeing it. But again, many of the content creators like me, they don't even use BitChute anymore. They're like gone. They are gone. And me being on YouTube is super hilarious, because none of those people can come and say their stupid shit in my comment section, because YouTube will censor it immediately, which is so funny. And but anyways, it's pure madness. It's been super crazy, and I haven't really talked about it. But it's fucking real. This is just another unbelievable story, like my event story, you know. So anyways, I'll publish it.